We break it all down. The Vault Studio, the best show in town. Show in town, let's show in town, let's show in town. Lights on, mic check, game time, let's go. Jay George, Scotty running the show. Rock on the mix, keeping it tight. NFL talk every day, every night.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Vault Studio NFL podcast. I am your host, JA, and I'm joined by the big Spanner Copper on the couch and Quadzilla Scotty MC over there, and also Tommy, not in person, but again, virtual Tommy. We're going to start calling him
AI Tommy.
AI Tommy on the ones and twos, getting it done as he always does. Big week of football, a lot to discuss.
The biggest.
This is the best week of football for the whole year,
Divisional
by
round,
far.
yeah.
And we'll start by shouting out our sponsor, the Sporting Globe, Chirnside Park. We headed down there on Sunday and watched the two game, or just the one game actually, the bloodbath in Seattle. They're naming it. But if you also want Super Bowl tickets, the QR code is on the screen. So get on your video if you're on Spotify or YouTube, jump on, scan it, buy yourself a ticket to Super Bowl. We will be there. There'll be a big crew of us there getting it done, and I'm very excited. I cannot wait.
I actually can't wait. It's normally a very good day there, and I dare say it'll be the same again. Get your tickets before you miss out.
I can't see it being any different. And if you want to follow us on social media, it's not if you want to, you have to.
It's an absolute must. I will come and I will kick your door around if you don't.
Fair enough. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And please go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the bell. Help us out. We're trying to get to a goal by the end of the season of 200 subscribers. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but it'd be a massive deal for us. And YouTube has gone through the roof for us this year. The views alone, the shorts especially. Tommy's been working his magic with some clips there and setting it all up properly. And it's really gaining some traction. A lot of comments, some negative, some positive, but all wanted. And go on there, give us a subscribe. Purely, if you don't use YouTube, just do it to help us out. All right. Because we need it. Simple as that.
We need it.
You don't have to watch it on YouTube every week. You can listen to whatever you want, but
we want it.
But you also should watch on YouTube, because if you want to watch the video, it is by far the best place to watch it, and you can see all the graphics and the work Tommy does. Yeah. There's some highlights that'll be on while we talk about the games tonight. So yeah,
Tommy putting his magic fingers to work. Shout out, Tommy.
Yes. So let's
Maybe
start.
That's why he was late.
Let's start with the coaches carousel.
Deliver them, mate. I'll tell you right now.
Coaches carousel. Only one update this week, and it's a pretty big one.
It's a massive
Atlanta have their man. They have hired Kevin Stefanski, 5-year deal, which is pretty standard for coaching roles. How do you feel about this one? I think it's good.
Yeah, I think it's good. Personally, I would have liked him to go to the Titans, because I think they need that strong-figured person to sort of navigate through this rebuild.
Yep.
Otherwise, they're just probably going to just burn out and just get another Callahan and be shit. But no, for the Falcons, I think it's good. He's an offensive-minded coach. He's quite respected for what he's done and what he's been through. I think he walks in with a lot more talent on the roster than what he had. Better ownership. And to work out the quarterback position, I think it's okay.
And that's what I was going to say. To your point, I think that's probably the main reason why he didn't go to Tennessee, is because the ownership's terrible there. They lack talent everywhere. He thought this is a much softer landing for himself as well, because at the end of the day, when you're a coach, you got to protect your personal brand.
A little
bit as well.
And he's going straight from coach to coach as well.
Yeah.
So
well, it's probably his last go at it. You don't usually get three coaching roles.
Too.
Yeah,
that's the second point I was going to make. That you normally only get two bites at the apple, and this is probably his last bite. So there's a lot of talent there. Bijan, especially on offense, more than enough talent for him to.
And they were one of the better pass defenses in the NFL this year. Their pass rush was a couple of young guys, Walker and Pierce Jr.
Yep.
Walker more, but they've got a couple of guys there on defense as well. They can get better there, but if
I still don't rate the defense, but
there's some pieces. I don't think it's a great defense yet, but he's got something to work with there.
You got to remember, at the end of the day, his main concern will be getting the team to a level where they can compete and win that division. And on paper, at the moment, they've got more than enough talent to win that division.
Oh,
Do
I
you
don't
agree?
The other win for him is
I
also
agree.
he's gone from the AFC North to the NFC South.
So
Yeah.
So like, there's no Burrow, there's no Lamar, there's no Tomlin and the Steelers. He's just rolling into, 2 rebuilds and the Bucks on the decline.
well, that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. Like,
very
so
fair.
he's looked at that and thought, well, there's more than enough talent there. If I bring my scheme and everyone just does what I say, we'll win this division for the next 5 years, and I'll fucking get an extension.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
no,
yeah,
very
look-
fair. I think it's a good move all around for me. I think that's,
Yep.
I like that landing spot. I just think Atlanta's one of the more attractive jobs in the NFL. I could be wrong, but I think it is.
Well, I think so too. They've got a new stadium, new ownership, good ownership. Sorry, the owner's very rich. He's more than happy to spend money.
Yep.
They got Matt Ryan in the building now as like an ops manager. It's all positive stuff, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Now to get some less positive stuff before we touch on the games. Obviously, Bo Nix, broken ankle. He's going to miss the remainder of the season, which is the AFC Championship game, and hopefully for the Broncos, I'm sure they want to be in the Super Bowl as well. But it will happen without Bo Nix. Pretty gut wrenching for a guy who I think I said in the chat after that game, which we'll talk about soon, that he's swung me now. He's a guy. He's a legitimate starter in the NFL. He's their guy going forward. There's no doubt about it for me. He made enough good throws in that game to reward that, and then unfortunately he doesn't get to finish it off, which is
It
just
was
sucks.
on the second to last play of the game.
Yeah,
too.
the best was
Threw a tutty on a broken ankle.
Yeah, the best was he threw that unreal ball afterwards. Like,
Yeah.
it's just really, it's heartbreaking for him.
It's heartbreaking for him personally.
Yeah.
Because he's just sort of, you could see it in that game. Like, he was, oh shit, like, I belong here. I can play in the playoffs. I can play in the NFL, and I can ball out and win it for my team. Scotty said it beautifully in our chat that it's coming down. Like, he can't just check down and win this game. Like, he's going to have to make a throw to win this game. And then like 4 plays later, bang, he just did it. And you were like, well, there it is.
Yeah, I think he made 2 good throws to win this game.
Yeah, but it was just, the Bills were just giving him, he was making some plays with his legs, and they were going to let him leak out and get a few little yards here and there. And they were going to give him the dunk and dime and the screens, but he needed to make a play to win the game. Otherwise, they weren't going to win. And he made probably 3 plays towards in the third and fourth quarter to really cement themselves as a chance to win the game. And then the 2 tutties to win the game. So,
And how shattered did Sean Payton look when he announced it to the media? The kid, he looked like someone it was a kid who found out there's no Santa, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's just tough for Payton because like we've all been in our 30s and you don't recover the same way. So
He's
like,
not in his 30s, mate.
oh, he's pretty close to his 30s.
He's like
He's-
24, man. Relax, bro. He does look older than what he is, though. I will give him.
I think you're talking about Carson Beck, the 35-year-old college
I
quarterback.
don't still that stays in the chat.
It's a good segue into the game, I guess.
Let's talk about it. Yeah,
The Broncos getting the win in overtime, 33-30 over the Buffalo Bills.
Huge talking points in this one.
Where do we start? Like, do we start in the first quarter where it looked like the Bills were going to absolutely run away with this game, and it's on the screen right now, and then James Cooks fumbles the ball. They were dominating them, running inside. They were physically taking over the game.
Cooks had a few bad fumbles as well.
Yeah, and the Broncos looked a bit rattled, honestly.
Yeah.
And then that fumble happened. Singleton, what a shot, what a hit.
Great play.
What a play. And then that just opened, they scored the touchdown, and that just opened up the game immediately. And it brought it back into, from the Bills are looking like they're going to just physically dominate this, to holy crap, how are they in the lead? That's what it felt like for me. And then I guess the next step is into that. You then have the terrible fumble by Josh Allen to give him the 3 points right before halftime, which I know that doesn't feel like a lot, but it is a lot in that moment.
Oh, it's a huge momentum killer leading into halftime.
Yeah. And just like, and the play that's just played now, the 2-minute drill defense by the Buffalo Bills. You want to stop them getting a field goal before the half, fine. Once they get in field goal range, you then get out of cover 2, because the only thing you're doing then is you're preserving them getting a touchdown. They went into that stupid cover 2, and the safety, he bit up and made a bad play. But why are you playing cover 2? Like, I don't know why you're doing that. Sit in your cover 3, force them to throw it into your end zone, which they're not going to do because they just want to get points. They're not going to turn the ball over. Let them check it down a couple of times. Clock runs out. They kick a field goal. Don't fumble the ball. there's a 10-point swing right there. Or it's a 6-point
That
swing.
was that fumble that was just on the screen. That was a terrible play by Allen. He has no business.
The
fumbling
worst
that
part
ball.
is like not the worst part. The play was atrocious. Like that was one of the worst things I've seen Allen do since his first 2 years. Right, that was like rookie Josh Allen sort of thing.
I think that was just a genuine brain fart.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. And then the O lineman, like he's got it, and it just bounced, like he dives on it with his full body sideways.
And then we've got the strip sack up.
Yeah,
on the screen
and then
there,
bounced off. Then they start the third quarter, get the strip sack almost immediately, which that's not on Allen, that's on Dawkins. It just feels like there was just a catalyst of so many things that just the ball wasn't bouncing their way. When they fumbled, it went straight to Denver.
Yeah.
When Denver fumbled, it went straight back to them.
Mm.
It was just one of those moments. And then
I think I put in the chat as well, like God wanted the Broncos to win this game because it was, and it's not like
I
a.
didn't know you were religious, Scotty.
I am when it's like.
You mean the
negative
football
things.
gods?
Yeah, the football gods.
Football gods.
But like you're saying, like everything went perfect, like a 50-50 ball bounced Broncos way every single time, and it never really. There wasn't a time where you're like, oh, that was just good luck for the Bills. Like it was always they just got the short end of the.
Do you know how you avoid that?
don't fumble it.
Don't turn the ball over 6 times.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but like also like it's just the good luck thing, like the strip sack. Like what happens if Josh Allen just rifles that ball in on the first step? Like, and then it's not a strip sack. Everything was just like in the Broncos' favor. And I'm not taking it.
Even if Dawkins got a hand on that guy instead of like whipping him completely, like that's a valid point. Your
That's
point's
what I mean.
valid.
Like every
inches.
every crucial moment of this game, it just looks like the Broncos just got, everything. It just went their way, and I don't want to take away from their win because they played definitely well enough to win the game.
Yeah.
I get,
Yes.
I get your point. Your point's valid. That and it's you've always said this that especially in the playoffs, the margins are like paper thin.
Thinner.
So thinner than paper. Like you can literally see through the margins. That's
Yeah.
So,
That's
like
what it
a
comes down to.
Thin piece of cucumber.
Thank you, James. But what
that's the football insight that people come here for. Sorry, George.
Yeah, no. That's beautiful football insight.
Hey
Thank you.
guys, you're all welcome. Sign up to my OnlyFans.
All I'm saying
Shut
is,
up.
and I'm not talking about the national media because the national media is the national media. Most of them say things just to get a reaction or just to get a click or to rage bait people. So whatever.
Like our group chat.
What? Yeah,
True.
correct. But what I don't want the narrative in this room to be is that the Bills were unlucky. I don't think that that's unfair and that's an accurate statement. The Bills were not unlucky. The Bills were bad. The Bills were poor. And the Bills, and by extension, Josh Allen, threw this game away.
I think that's the shittest part for me because I think
Do you disagree?
No, I don't disagree.
Okay.
I do not disagree with you at all. And I think the worst part, I think it's why Josh Allen's taking this so hard is because I think the Bills are the best team in the AFC. They played almost, and I went through, I think it was, I was going to say 6, 7, but 6 or 7 moments that were like the Cooks fumble, the fumble before the half, the fumble just before that where it bounced to the Bills and bounced to the Broncos, and then they blew the cover 2 shell before halftime. And then the fumble for the half that they didn't recover, even though they had it. They kicked the field goal. Then the strip sack after. Then the
interception.
The interception where that's 9 times out of
Hang on, can we put
50,
a pin on this?
49 times out of 50, that's a touchdown to Josh Allen. He just lays that over the top and scores.
That catch/interception thing is.
Oh no, we're getting to that later.
Oh,
we're going to discuss that in detail because that was a big part of the game.
Yeah.
Again, there's 8 things
that
didn't go their way. If they do
8
half
crucial
those
things.
if they do half those things, half those mistakes, they probably win by 10. If they do none of them, they probably win by 20. Yeah. And this is why I think Josh Allen is so upset because, and his words were very it hurt everyone. And if you didn't feel, I'm not saying you have to feel sorry for him, but if you didn't appreciate the fact that him on that board still
saying
apparently he didn't want to go out. He was like he's like, I don't want to go out there. Like I can't face them. And they're like, you have to. Like you got to go out there.
Yeah,
that's what the money's for.
That's what the money's for.
And he went out there and he said, they said, well, why is it hurting you so bad? And he's like, because I let my team down today. Because it was for the first time in his playoff run. It's well known that statistically he's the best playoff quarterback ever when it comes to turnovers and touchdowns, right? That's just factual, right?
And taking the lead in the last quarter, it's the whole he's clutch in the playoffs. It's the whole thing is he
saves
will put them in a position to win the game.
Yeah.
and the defense will let him down, or something would happen out of
100%.
his control.
And then half of those things today were him. And that's what I mean. If you do none of them, you probably win by 20 points. Like they're a much better team than the Broncos, but this is why they play them. This is why they play the game.
Oh, yeah.
If you just give them out for who you think's better, that'd be a pretty boring league, right? And the credit to the Broncos, they forced some stuff. They pressured well.
Yeah.
They got and this is also credit to Josh Allen. They got into a hole against the best pass rush in the NFL and was still able to stay in the game. Well, they were down 14 points at one point or 13 points. I actually said that's game. Like they're not coming back against this vicious pass rush.
I didn't.
And you were like, no, there's
You actually said point blank, I'm still not betting against Josh.
and then by the start of the fourth quarter, or minutes into the first quarter, they're back in the league.
They were ahead, yeah.
And then let's get to the elephant in the room. The intercept. Yeah, put it up because it's one of the more, and it's the continuous thing of what's a catch in the NFL, right? This has been.
Here we go. So this is a play. Drops back, throws it, catches it, and it's out of his hands.
So I put a poll up actually. We actually got almost 200 votes on it.
Nice.
And you believe 74% said catch.
Yeah. Okay.
And this just proves my point, right? There's this old rule. It's called the people in the pub rule sort of thing. If you're in a pub watching a game, you ask the crowd, and if the majority say it's a catch, then that's kind of your ballpark, right? That's it's essentially just a vote. And
so 3 out of 4 said it was a catch.
Yes. And here's my problem, right? And we'll talk about this in the other games. We saw this 2 other times. Once for the Texans, where the Texans it was called a catch,
and the Rams,
and then once for the Rams, where it was called a catch.
Yeah.
And they are the 3 most identical players you can get. Yet this one gets called an interception. Like I think that's a catch down by contact, right? Everyone says survive the ground, and then you're like, all right, cool. So who's getting screwed here? Because either the Bills got screwed, or the Patriots got screwed, or the who played the Rams? The
Bears.
The Bears got screwed.
Yeah.
Somewhat like they're so inconsistent. They don't know the rule. When are we going to have games that aren't ended and aren't decided by refs? Because they reviewed that. They reviewed it pretty fucking quick.
Well, that was my biggest issue is the Broncos did enough to win the game. The Bills got themselves in a position to win the game, didn't deserve to be there at that point in time. I want to make that clear. Like, obviously, I love Josh Allen, but at that point in time, they didn't deserve to win the game.
No.
And no team ever deserves to have the refs decide a game.
And mind you, that's in overtime, that play.
No, it's not.
That play was overtime.
No, it wasn't. It was in the Adams one.
No, the Bills one. That was overtime.
That was fourth quarter.
I swear that was in overtime. No, that was when. No, it was overtime. Yeah, it was in overtime.
Oh, you're right.
That's
you're right.
Field goal range game.
Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. The Broncos already had the ball. Yes. Yeah.
And then to find more inconsistencies, you get before the very end of regulation, Allen throws a ball to Cooks down the right sideline. Now, I don't think it was PI either, and they didn't call it, right?
I didn't think that was PI.
No, I didn't call the ball. Was too far in front of him. I didn't care. But then they have the exact play after that interception. Bo Nix throws the exact same. But now the last PI was 100% PI on the 5-yard line.
I think both of them were PIs.
Then you've got to call the Brandon Cooks one.
No,
they were identical.
Too far. No.
But the uncatchable rule doesn't. It's not alive anymore.
I'm not saying it's uncatchable by letter of the rule like it was a few years ago. I'm saying that if he had, it doesn't matter if there was contact or not. That ball was never going to be in his hands.
But if the ball's in the air and a trailing defender, not looking at the ball at all, grabs an arm and stops you running, when do they? And that's what the Broncos one was at the start at the end of overtime.
But it was 3 yards in front and 1 yard out of bounds.
Yeah, that like
it's not a catchable ball. They're not going to call that in the end zone. It's just not a catchable ball.
They're just going to be
like I agree with Scott.
I don't think either of them are PI. Yeah. The last one was 100% PI.
Nah, the two Broncos ones were.
The 2 PI calls that Denver got were definitely PI.
Yeah,
all I'm saying is I've seen a lot less get called than that.
Yeah, I have, and I've seen a lot more let go.
Yeah.
So it's that the point. That's to your point that there's just too much inconsistency. There needs to be like a hard and it's very hard. I agree. They're very fast. It all happens in real time. Like these things get replayed at 10 times slow-mo from 14 different angles when they review it. In the heat of the moment, like, yeah, when you watch it at full speed, it looks like a catch.
All right,
But then when you
Why-
slow it down and the ball slightly bobbles against his chest, so that means it's not a catch. Like, fuck, bro, I don't know.
but that's
They
like,
don't know.
no, but for the catch, right? Crucial part of the game,
Mm.
you need to get that play right. Why was the review in 15 seconds and then bang, the play's back on? Commentators don't really know what's going on. Because I watched that specific part of the telecast a few times, and they're just like, oh yeah, I guess it was reviewed. Oh, we're calling it interception because they called it interception on the field. Bang, play on.
Yeah,
And then you
ridiculous.
see one angle of it. If that was a proper review, which is what it should have been, it would have been a TV timeout, and they would have reviewed it a few times, and you would have seen all the different angles. You only saw the different angles online after the fact.
Also, like, and Tommy will know this phrase, and you might, George. The advantage goes to the runner, right? That's the rule in like sport.
Yeah.
The advantage goes to the runner, goes to the offense.
Mhm.
So if they're unsure about it, the ref, and this is where the refs on the field shit me. If you're unsure about it, call it a catch, and then review it.
No,
later.
well, the way it works in the NFL is because, especially being in overtime,
They
that
let the turnovers go.
they
and
let
then
the
review it.
turnover because the turnover inside the 2-minute warning in an overtime, there's no coaches challenges, but you
Or
get the
review.
automatic review. But they didn't review it.
No, it was within like 20 seconds. The Broncos snapped the ball. Like they ran out to snap the ball.
Yeah,
They should have been like, "Hey, hold on. We're going to watch this.
The
We're going to
Broncos
watch
did the
this
right
for
thing.
10 minutes to get this
The
right."
Broncos did the right thing, hurrying it up.
How many times have we seen like an easy call where they sit and watch it for 4 or 5
Yeah, I
minutes, and
know.
you're like, "Guys, everyone knows this is a drop. Everyone knows this is a catch. Just overturn. Hurry up. Like, let's get the game going."
Yeah.
They barely blinked at this one, and and this is it. This is not. And please, Broncos fans, this is not. I actually firmly believe, as much as I love Josh Allen and I wanted the Bills, I genuinely wanted Josh Allen to win. I will say that, hand on my heart. The right team won because the Bills stuffed up way too much.
Yeah.
My problem is games not being decided by these men that have at
I thought you were gonna say maggots.
20 weeks of the season, sweat, blood, tears, fighting, training, doing everything, and some fucking grub in a striped shirt gets to decide it. That's what shits me. That robs fans. That robs players. And then maybe if it went the other way and it was a catch, maybe then the Broncos are saying the same thing. The refs ruined it. But the bottom line is catch, possession, down by contact. And everyone said the Devonta Adams one is different because he got 2 feet down and then he hit the ground. Spoiler alert: knee or any body part hitting the ground is 2 feet.
Knee or shins 2 feet.
Exactly.
So it's elbow.
So
Yeah.
when he caught possession, knee hit the ground, play is fucking
But
over.
he had knee
Done.
and elbow on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dead play at that point.
While we're in it, so what was the rationale behind them calling it just
So
for the
that you have
listeners?
to survive the ground.
So they're saying that, yeah, like I said, so he held the ball to his chest and it bobbled, therefore
Yeah.
it's not a catch.
No, that when he hit the ground and then rolled over. So put it this way: let's take the defender out of the equation entirely, right? You catch the ball. If there's no one on him, there's no one around him. If he catches that ball, hits the ground, and rolls over, and it pops out, technically that's a drop by the rule,
Right.
right?
So how is that not an interception then? Because essentially that's the same thing. Like they both if
But-
he had control of the ball, then the other player
But
wouldn't
he's
have
down
it
by
in his
contact at that
hands.
point.
Don't because he's down by contact. So the play's over, right? That's my opinion on it. Don't get me wrong. I actually think either way that goes, right? Whatever. I just want consistency. Because
Right.
you can't have literally within 24 hours, 2 times the same thing happens and it goes the opposite way.
That's fair.
So if you're a Bills fan or a Bills player and you're sitting there going,
We
the
got-
fuck?
we must have got fucked here because
Like-
the other two went the other
And,
way.
Like I
and,
said,
and the
football
Devontae Adams
gods.
one was the exact same thing.
It
and
was the
ended
exact
up
same one.
in a Bears player's hand in a crucial moment. They scored a touchdown 2 plays after that
Yeah.
to take the lead by 7 points.
Yeah.
Like they get their turnover, the Bears probably win that, right?
You'll never know.
And we'll talk about that later. But that's what I mean. It's the exact. I know. Oh, well, he got 2 feet. No, knee is 2 feet. So what? Explain to me the difference. All I'm asking for is consistency.
Well, the telecast said that he was able to do a football move. And I was like, no, he wasn't.
he caught the ball.
He caught the ball and instantly got smoked. It was
It's the exact same, exact
identical.
same thing. And
Identical.
if the ball had got punched out, it wouldn't have been a catch. It wouldn't have been a fumble if the ball. Well,
no,
like,
that's right.
if it got punched out, would they called it a fumble?
No.
Because they called him down by. That's what I mean. There's just so much inconsistency.
My
Just get it
biggest
right.
issue is, and I know people are going to argue and say a catch and a run is completely different, but we're talking about the same possession. So if a running back is running and he gets drilled as his knee hits the
The
ground
ball flies out.
and the ball flies out, that is a completely dead play.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen that 1,000 times.
I know, but my point is, so a guy's catching the ball, He's rolled, he's hit the ground, and then there's contact.
Play
Why-
over. That's my opinion. That should
Why?
be the rule.
Why does he have to then survive the ground and all that?
Because that's the rule, though, Scott.
But he's
It's
got the
written in
catch.
rule.
But
That's what
he's
I'm
got the
saying.
catch
I
to
think
the
you're
point.
saying the rule's the problem, right?
What I'm saying is that the ball was secure,
Yeah, but
He
that's
hit
what they're
the
saying,
ground?
It's not secure though. It
but
wasn't.
it was
No,
secure
it wasn't.
after the fact. It was secure after he was down by contact.
The ref said that he didn't survive the ground.
Right.
It was secure. It was a catch, but then he didn't survive the ground.
Yeah, but it's
But then
actually
he's
written in
down
the
by
rule.
contact.
Yeah, wouldn't it just make the rule easier that once a player catches it and he's caught it and 2 feet or a knee or whatever deems it as a catch,
Yeah.
and then if he's down by contact, play over. Sorry,
Right.
he caught it. I don't care if he rolled over 4 times and the ball popped out. Doesn't
Sure.
matter. Plays over. I don't care if Likely took 5 steps, had a cup of tea, sat down, prayed, and then he put the ball on the ground and then they call
Yeah.
it. Like, so I mean, like, it's costing.
Well, then
Teams'
now you're
games.
talking about the rule being changed. which
That's
is
what I
a
mean. The
different
rules what's
conversation
wrong,
altogether.
or God forbid, just get consistent with it.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. And you know what? Review it.
Well,
Review it.
that's the issue. It should have been reviewed.
Yeah, and then the Dwantanes one, they tried to review it, and they're like, "No, it's not a reviewable play. It's in the last 2 minutes.
Because it
Doesn't
wasn't a
matter
turnover.
anymore. It's not a turnover. It's not reviewable. So why didn't the refs go? Okay, we're going to call that a turnover. Now let's look at it.
Mm.
That's I think that's the underlining issue, that I don't mind it being called a turnover on the field in live time. I don't have an issue with that, but I think that they've got enough technology to see there was a catch. It was secure. He had a shin and a knee down. There was contact at simultaneously. Dead play at that point.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying is these guys, and I've said it all year this year. It's been I think over the last 5 years, it's getting progressively worse for these refs.
The refs are just terrible. The refs have been bad all year,
Well,
and
they don't follow their fundamental process, right? It's a process problem because they pick and choose. They pick and choose when New York can come in. They pick and choose when they thought a whistle blew on a 2-point conversion. They pick and choose that they can review that and they can't review it. Then New York can call down for this, can't call down for that. Why can't they just consistently follow the process that they have set?
Mm.
That is the problem. If they follow the process to the T, if they'd reviewed that for 5 minutes, then the ref come out and said, hey, by rule, he caught it, he didn't survive the ground, and then when it popped up, it went into the defender's hand without the ball hitting the ground, so it's a live ball. If the defender hadn't caught it, it would have been incomplete, but he did, so it's an interception. That's how we've ruled it. I reckon 70% of everyone that's not a Buffalo fans would have been like, okay, it's a 50-50 ball, it didn't go your way. It's explained they followed process.
oh no,
Yeah, like I don't disagree with what you're saying. I think to put a button on this, like 2 things can be true at once. Like, yeah, they probably got the call wrong, and they should have followed like a more perhaps stringent and professional procedure.
Yeah.
And on the other side of that coin, really the right team won this game.
I think I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
They deserve to win it. They
Like, 2
forced
things
the
can be true at
turnovers.
once.
And yeah, some of them bounced their way, whatever. The bottom line is they forced the turnovers. They got the turnovers. They took advantage when they got it. At the end of the day, if the Bills won, we would have been sitting here going, how did they do that?
You can't cry about, like, and as a Buffalo fan, and I've seen a lot of it on social media, they can't be complaining about one call that didn't go their way.
no. 100% agree.
Alan
100%
also-
agree.
When
Yeah.
when you're turning the ball over 6 times in a playoff game, like on the road, you just can't do that.
And in fairness, he missed Cooks. If he'd thrown that a yard shorter, it's a touchdown or maybe PI, whatever.
Miss,
You don't know.
Miss Knox wide open. He
Yeah,
walked in.
up the seam.
It
He
was
would've walked in.
that ball was also 3 yards underthrown as well
Yeah.
for that play
Yeah,
on the interception.
and the interception earlier it wasn't Hufanga, it was the other safety. I've forgotten his name. He underthrew that by 15 yards.
Yeah.
If he does what he does almost every time he throws a football and just beautifully lays it out for him, he's walking in for a touchdown, and we're having probably a different conversation.
We are.
But we're not. That's life. People lose. That's what
And
happens.
the final statement is Buffalo's going to have to do something now in the offseason. I don't know what they're going to do coaching wise, team wise, but this is not. They've shown it now that this is not a sustainable model.
They need a receiver.
They can't win it doing it this way, and they've tried to run it back basically 4 or 5 times. And it ain't
No,
working.
they've gone through a soft rebuild.
Yeah,
They went through a soft rebuild last year. They realized that window was done, and they recycled. That recycle was probably harsh. They let go of a few of the experienced their defensive players, and they've drafted defensive players. But they need to obtain a number 1 receiver.
I think that's their
They
number
need to
one
get
goal
that
of the offseason.
go-to guy. I know they moved away with it with Stephon Diggs, and they said that it's not sustainable in the playoffs because they can shut down one receiver and they take you out of your rhythm.
I don't know.
But you
Stephon Diggs looked
also-
pretty good today for Patriots.
He played all right. Yeah, he did.
But you also need to have that bona fide threat for a team to game plan against.
Yeah, I agree.
So
But
it's a catch-22.
Can I
last
put a
thing-
little button on it? Sorry. Can I just
Yeah,
put a
go
button on with Josh Allen? I think what gets overlooked with the refs sort of making that decision at the end, and people aren't thinking about it much. Josh Allen has missed a lot of throws in the back end of this season, and I think the fact that he's Josh Allen has sort of sugarcoated a bit. Like he missed the throw against the Eagles where he could have won that game. He overthrew Kincaid as well, and as Scotty just said, he underthrew that ball as well. And I think he has a bit of that. And this could be a wrong take, but I think he has a bit of that Mahomes shine where if he makes a mistake, people look for other reasons why
I call it the
the
golden
mistakes
boy
are made.
shine. You're right, Tom. I agree. It's a golden boy shine, and I tried to say that in the chat, and I got shouted down.
Rogers had it for years. No, here's my problem with the shine. Like
I
this is my
don't
problem
agree with this.
I'm not saying he's a bad player. I just think that in this situation, I think a lot of stuff gets forgotten because his team let him down.
And the fairest comparison here, and this is just the natural comparison, right? Is the heat Lamar gets compared to the heat Josh Allen gets. And I've always stuck up for Lamar and said he shouldn't take all the heat. Unfortunately, when you're the quarterback, you do. But why can't we criticize Josh Allen for this one game that he made some mistakes in and he cost his team? And he knows that. He said it himself, right? Why does everything have to become, and Herbert copped it last week, Lamar copped it in the week before when the kicker missed the field goal, he copped it because he missed a couple of throws. Why can't we just look at it from, all right, this game, Josh Allen didn't get it done. He had a bad game. He knows it. We know it. We all know it. He was a big part of why they didn't win this game.
Yep.
Hurts last week, big part of why they didn't win that game. It doesn't make them terrible players. Why do we have to tarnish them with this? They can't get it done. They're never going to win. They're never going to do it. It's this whole Super Bowl or bust media-driven narrative.
I told you before, because the national media, 3/4 of the things they say is to get clicks. It's all about clicks, man.
Like, if you look at the last 20 Super Bowl winners, most of them are Tom Brady. The other two are Peyton Manning, and one of them's Roethlisberger. One of them's
Mahomes has got a few.
And Mahomes got a few. Like, there's a very real chance, right? And I said this to you the other night. There is a bigger chance that Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson both never win a Super Bowl than one of them do, or God forbid, both of them do. The chances of both of them winning a Super Bowl in their career is very unlikely.
Yeah.
It's just probably not going to happen.
It's
and the
really
chance that
hard.
one of them does is more likely, but it's probably not going to happen either. It is most likely that neither of them win a Super Bowl. And that's actually okay. We don't have to diminish the player because of that. Now, when you're talking end of their careers, all-time greats, comparing them with the Bradys and the Mannings and the Mahomes and the Favres and the Rodgers, like that's when the Super Bowls come into it. I agree, right? But in this moment when they're still playing, why can't you just let them? Okay, bad game from Josh Allen. What are they going to do? Trade him because he's lost a few playoff games? He's in every playoff game they play in. He's in the playoffs because of him. Same with Lamar.
No, obviously they're not going to trade him, and obviously they're not going to trade Lamar, which they didn't.
Exactly.
Thank God, because that would be dumb to do. But what I was saying before is that something needs to change.
I agree.
Coaching, scheme.
Well, the Ravens have already pulled that trigger.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let's see what the Bills do. But tarnishing the player with this brush of he sucks because he keeps losing in the playoffs. There are teams that never fucking make the playoffs.
I don't think that's what Tom was saying.
No, I'm not saying Tom. I'm saying the fact that me personally, I don't believe in any of the quarterbacks or any of the play. Winning and losing is a team narrative.
Yeah.
Football is known as the ultimate team sport, right? We've all played it at a low level, and even then, it's the ultimate team sport. Well, I was better than all you.
Your point's valid, but your view and how you view it is not how the general viewing public look at it.
And that's the problem. Because you know what? Because they don't know ball. They don't know. Most of them don't know.
No, it's probably just too many idiots out there.
And I'm sick of being driven that Josh Allen has they're actually the only team to win a playoff game in 6 straight years. So there's 4 teams that have done it. Buffalo, the Cowboys, the Niners in the 90s, and the Chiefs. All of those other 3 won 3 Super Bowls in those 6 years.
Yeah.
So is it like Buffalo lost 4 Super Bowls in a row? Is it just Buffalo don't is it just not going to happen for him? I don't know.
Yeah.
But just saying it's Josh Allen's fault, it's cowardly and it's easy, and it's not analysis, it's clickbait and it's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Clickbait's part of it.
You're 100% right. It's just lazy to blame the quarterback.
And then blaming it and then turning it into a race thing is even lazier and more clickbait.
Anyone that does that is doing it purely for rage bait for comments.
Lamar is a very well-liked guy too. people don't shit on him for being a bloke. Like people like him
No,
too.
that's very fair.
No one's
that-
ever said Lamar's a shithead.
Although there's that one fan that probably doesn't like him.
True. True. But you know,
Hey, let's talk about Scotty Seahawks.
yeah, let's
should we
roll.
should we segue into the first quarterback from the 2018 draft that's probably going to win a Super Bowl first?
He's the only one who's got a chance. It's wild. Seattle Seahawks just, I think San Francisco are going to be licking their wounds for a while. 41-6. This was an absolute bloodbath from the opening kickoff to the end of this game. It was a bloodbath.
There's two words that describe this matchup.
Yep.
And that is extremely overmatched.
Yes.
There's no other way to put it.
No, I agree.
Extremely overmatched.
Couldn't happen to a better fan base.
So
No, everyone knows the Niners fans
They're obnoxious.
that they are terrible. After they were on their high horse after beating Philly in Philly.
Yeah.
And
so they should. It was a good win.
eh,
Like, it was a good win.
Yeah, and what did they do? They backed it up with
Again, extremely overmatched.
yeah, and I think like I will preface one thing. I think the 49ers with injuries and everything, and they ran out of gas as well.
Yeah.
Like I just don't. You said they were open. They could not make this a game.
I don't think you can't use injuries. You can't not mention injuries when you beat Philly and then use that as the main excuse when you lose the next week.
Oh, their excuse is that they lost Kittle, and that's the
Yeah.
ultimate.
They had Kittle in week 18 and it looked the same.
Exactly. They've scored 3 field goals in 2 games in the past 3 weeks against. Seattle.
It's just Mike McDonald has the perfect defense to stop the Shanahan offense.
Yeah, and it came.
That's
down,
all it comes down to.
Do you know what? Can we just start with the kickoff return for touchdown? Because we talk about great season moves. Shahir's been such a good in-season move for them. Like even just just purely from a special teamer, and for that amazing 30-yard run. Shout out to Jules, which we'll discuss later. Jules had him for under 2.5 yards in his multi,
And then Charbonnet went out. We'll talk about it later. It's
it was
funny.
so funny. But can we? The opening kickoff, Pinheiro should have been ejected.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, for trying to like slide tackle him. or whatever.
Yeah,
That was
'Cause,
bad.
you know what? No harm, no foul sort of thing in terms of the game, right?
But what if Shahid snaps his leg?
It,
No, you
and,
can't. It's a
and-
really
and
bad
then
call.
even if he trips him up there, right?
Mm.
If they don't rule him a touchdown.
No.
It's just a 15-yard penalty from the spot he trips him.
Yeah.
He should have been fucking ejected on the spot. I mean, like, you know, because if he'd kicked him and broken his leg, one, he's probably got 50 Seattle blokes absolutely wailing on him.
Oh, he's dead.
And then he's probably not getting out of the stadium.
But
And then, like, the outcome shouldn't affect the action, right?
Yeah.
That was a malicious, stupid act. He knew he couldn't get there, and he's like, fuck it, I'm going to kick
That's
this
what
guy.
I'm saying. Like, because the NFL doesn't actually care about their players or
They don't.
you know their wives or their girlfriends or their they don't. But what they do care about is the optics. They care about how it looks on TV for the viewing public, and the optics of that is disgusting.
But like you was alluding to, like what happens if like Seattle, in likelihood, Seattle were probably going to play the Rams, like leading into the weekend. That was probably what was going to happen. And you need an all-pro returner. I mean, he's got a snapped leg because someone does this,
Yeah.
an illegal soccer tackle too, just quietly.
Also,
yeah.
like tripping's one of the like shittiest things you can do in any sport. Like it's
Yeah.
a pretty frowned upon action. It's like spitting on someone. It's a shitty thing
yeah,
to
it's
do,
very
right?
bad.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The optics of it's
Because
terrible.
anyone can do it. It doesn't take skill to just kick someone in the leg, and it could have been a diabolical outcome. And I'm glad it
Yeah.
wasn't. But the refs stuffed that up. They should have walked up to him and go, "Hey, you're gone."
So anyway, onto the performance. Seattle came out with a very similar game plan to what they did the first time they beat them. They're like, "No, we're just going to run the ball heavy. We're going to run it down your throat. We know you can't stop us running.
And we know you can't score.
We know you can't score against us because we're just too good." Yeah, they're just like I said. There's not really much more to say about this game. Just very overmatched. Donald did what he had to do. I actually think it was really smart game planning from
Because he was
Seahawks.
hurt too. You could tell he was
Yeah,
hurt.
I was about to say because they knew he was injured. They knew he wasn't 100%. So they didn't want him sitting in there throwing the ball 30 times. A, they didn't need to. And B, he's not healthy enough to do it. And C, whether Seattle fans like to admit it or not, like really in this whole team, in this game, Donald was the only like unknown. He was the only question mark. They knew that.
And they took it away.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they knew the O-line was going to be good. They knew the run game was going to be good. They knew the defense was going to be lights out. The only question mark was, is there maybe even a 5% chance that Donald's going to shit the bed? Maybe, maybe not. Nobody knows.
He
Hey,
played pretty well.
you know what we're going to do though? We're going to make sure that it doesn't fucking happen. We'll make sure we're going to put him in a position where he doesn't have to make a 50-50 throw. That
That's where I disagree. I think he actually made 4 throws that was some of the best throws of the weekend. The one to Cooper Cup on the first drive to complete the third down
Oh yeah,
was
yeah.
unreal.
The one to JSN
The touchdown to JSN was
really that was a
fantastic
beautiful throw.
throw.
There's no doubt.
And then
about
there
it.
was one later to Cooper Cup again
Yeah,
over the
on
middle between a flat defender and a linebacker in the middle. And when he lifted his hand, I was like, oh, he's just throwing a pick. And it zipped perfect.
Good for him.
And that's what I mean. They didn't rely on him to do a lot, but when they did, like shitting the bed for him would have been on those throws that he needed just to the limited time he needed to make an impact. He missed JSN or he threw a pick to JSN or he missed Cooper Cup and they got a turnover on downs or he threw that pick to them and brought him back in the game. Like he just didn't. He was just polished and he understood the assignment and he's like, I need to just make 4 throws here. Unlike
another QB today, which we'll get to shortly.
Exactly. He just knew the assignment.
But he's been like that all year. He's been more good than bad all year.
It was just that one Rams game where that was the only time he didn't hit the passes. But they lost by a missed field goal. So he brought him back a lot.
Yeah, he still scored twice.
But when you're playing with an elite defense and you're running the ball like you are, like the Q-back was like, we don't have to pass this, man. Like these guys aren't going to stop us.
To be fair, they were running out the clock in the second quarter.
Yeah,
like,
it was wild.
Like it was over.
Yeah, I actually thought to myself at halftime, I was watching the game on my phone while I was washing my car outside. I'm like, oh, is there a mercy rule in the NFL? Can they just run the clock?
I think we were saying from every drive of the third quarter. I think you scored on the opening drive of the third quarter, I believe.
No, they got the ball back.
Yeah, well, when they scored in the third quarter to make it, it would have been 31-6. I was like, every drive they came back, like, what are they doing all the starters? Why are they still in? Get them out.
Yeah,
that's a fair.
Get Darnold out. Get JSN out. Get every O-lineman out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now that's good. Like I said, now Darnold gets another week to recover from his what is it, an oblique? Or
oblique. Yeah.
So he'll probably more than likely be cherry ripe for the Rams game. And
well, obliques are a little bit funny. Sometimes during the week you could feel okay, and then you just have a strange movement, and then it comes back. So I've had an oblique injury before, and it's not fun for 2 weeks. I thought I was okay.
I've strained my ITB muscle here on your hip thing, and that really fucking hurt too.
Yeah,
so.
I've never been injured because I'm hard cunt.
No, I think Seattle's peaking at the right time. They finished the season playing 3 playoff teams, got the bye. They've looked pretty good throughout. So
they've answered every question down the stretch.
And the Rams are going to have to come into their building and beat them, which is going to be a very tall order in a week's time.
It's the one team I don't want to face. If I'm being completely honest, even last week I was still saying like any other team in the AFC, any team in the NFC, the Rams are the only team I don't want to face.
You shouldn't want to face them. They're a division rival. They're an excellent team. And going back to Darnold, that's his bunny team.
Yeah.
So
it is. Yeah.
Like that's a very valid point. You shouldn't. I mean, it's going to be a hell of a game. I'm actually glad that the Rams won, which we'll speak about shortly, because it's fitting that the trilogy is going to decide the NFC. I think it's very fitting.
I think they're the 2 best teams in NFC.
Yeah,
by far.
Very fitting.
I think they're probably the 2 best teams.
I think they're
to
best.
wrap up for San Fran. Hell of a year. They've actually done really well considering how many injuries they've had.
What's the right road forward for them, do you think, San Fran?
Blow it up. Just go back to like the mid 2000s and mid 2010s. Just live in the top 3 picks. Blow it all up.
If you bring everyone back, do you just think you can do it again?
I think that the wear and tear of the playoff success over the last 5 years to their key players is just catching up on them. That's like an extra season of football that they've all had.
And everyone's getting a bit older. You know, like McCaffrey's getting older. He had a really good year. I'm expecting a massive fall off next year from him.
I think this was like a last hurrah for him. The amount of times he touched the ball this year is just...
fair. Yeah.
They also tried to kill him in this game when he was clearly hurt. Shanahan was like, no, you're going back.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're down 40 points.
I think this, honestly, I'm not even joking. I think this 3.2 average is higher than the one he had in week 18. I think it was like 2.8 or something. He just ran into a brick wall nonstop.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to the Seahawks. Interesting to see what happens next week. We'll talk about
that's going to be a hell of a game. Hell of a game.
Let's go to the Patriots getting the big dub 28-16 over the Texans.
We spoke about this pre-show. And
we've been talking about this all day.
I'm putting it to you now.
From me?
I'm putting it to you now. You have to, live on air, you have to give the Patriots credit.
This is my studio, my house, my rules.
Yeah, but I bench more than you.
I don't care. What do you want from me? What do you want me to say?
I want you to say that the Patriots played well and they deserve to win this game.
I will say 3 things, and you need to let me say all 3 of them. The Patriots had the softest fucking schedule in NFL history, which allowed them to get the 2 seed, which allowed them to play at home for the playoffs. They then got the softest first playoff game against the dinged up Chargers that could not do anything offensively, the worst offensive line in football, which made their defense look 10 times better, and then a double down by getting the Texans, who have the second worst offensive line in football, and a quarterback that doesn't fucking understand when you have an elite defense, you just don't throw the ball to the other team every single time. They had the ultimate luxury this week of having 2 quarterbacks that were trying to throw it to their own team. And whatever. They fucking won. And you know what? They get the ultimate luxury next week of having a backup quarterback in Denver. I don't know what more you want from me.
Well, they can't control that.
Credit to them. They fucking won. Good on them. It is still the most tiniest asterisk-ridden run in a team history. But you know what? You still got to win them. You can only play who you can play. You can only do what you can do. So credit they won a game. Credit they're probably going to win next week in Denver because it's going to be a defensive slog, and they've got Drake May, and Denver have got Jared Stidham. Have fun. Like I don't know what you want from me. They're going to champ their way to the Super Bowl and then get fucking pants by the Rams.
Can I say like a little bit more a diplomatic way?
No credit given.
No, you give them a little bit of credit, but why they're not coming off as like a bona fide contender is if the other team have 8 turnovers and then for 5 of them you go 3 and out.
Yeah.
And on 1 turnover, it is a pick 6.
Yeah, but the only reason that sorry, okay.
But like you can't be taken seriously as a bona fide contender if you have 5 turnovers and you get 7 points off those turnovers. That's not like getting it done.
You can, and I'll tell you why, because as I said pre-show, this is far and away the best team and the best defense that they've played all year.
Yeah, and Drake May fumbled the ball 4 times, lost 2, and threw an interception.
Yeah.
It's just that, and
they still score 28 points on them, bro.
And again,
21.
Again, I've just stuck up for quarterbacks, right? Stroud is not it. And it's not even because you can't win a big game. He has been regressing since his playoffs the last couple of years have been his better games.
Yeah.
He has been regressing since his rookie year. He was atrocious last week, and the defense still bailed him out because the Pittsburgh Steelers were so poor offensively they couldn't do anything.
Yep.
He left 3 of his turnovers were on first downs in field goal range. So there's minimum 9 points from field goals, and then 1 of them led directly to 7 points. That is a 15-point swing in a playoff game against a team where your defense was physically, mentally dominating them. Their quarterback could really do nothing. He did make a couple of good throws. The first drive, the 4th down play was a really clever play from Old Snakey.
He had a couple of good drives, absolutely.
And I think May played well against a good defense. But 4 of those fumbles could have easily gone the other way. He could have thrown another interception. All I'm saying is, like, who did they beat? They beat Stroud, who looked actively like he was trying to throw the game away.
No, they didn't beat Stroud. They beat Houston's defense.
They didn't, though. That's my whole point, is that they didn't beat the defense because
George,
they got 6 turnovers and scored 7 points off it, which was the defensive turnover.
If they had a competent quarterback on the other side of the field, the New England would have scored fucking 10 points.
They should have won by 50. That's how many turnovers they got in advantageous position.
I guess it goes back to what I was saying. You can't turn the ball over.
No, and this is on Houston. This is not on New England. Like that, whatever.
Well, Houston's offense. I know that you had a pretty like a bit of a dig on Stroud, and I'm impartial to Stroud. I see it both ways, but putting every part of it on him is a little bit unfair because he's got no one to throw to. His 2 best targets are out. His 2 best targets are rookies and Kirk, who's played for 6 teams in 6 years or something ridiculous like that.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a 7th round running back who's been inconsistent and then did nothing today.
And he fumbled late too.
Did nothing today.
Yeah, Mark said he had a good game last week.
And then they've
fumbled in the red zone today too.
They've got the worst O-line. Like you could put prime Tom Brady in that situation. He's not going to do well.
So you're saying that's an organizational issue? Because clearly what they've done, they've clearly focused on the defense because the defense is fucking amazing. So what have they done? They just said, oh, well, whatever. We just won't worry about the O-line. Who cares?
Well,
Is that what
it
you're saying?
appears that way.
They
doesn't
Well,
it?
traded-
it does appear that way.
They
like, I
traded
agree.
Tunsil away where they could have easily afforded to have him. They should have just kept him.
Yeah.
He was fine this year.
I think there
They
was
should have
something
just
else
kept-
going on.
Potentially, but
Yeah.
it hasn't come out, so we don't know. My problem with Stroud isn't that he's a shit player. Oh yeah, the O line's atrocious. Don't, when you're running away from pressure and they're in your face, decide I'm just going to throw this ball up in the sky and let them get a pick.
Some of the
six.
decision making was
That's
really
the
bad.
problem.
Yeah,
Take
it
a
was.
sack, kick a field goal. We said it last week.
Yeah.
Take a sack, kick a field goal, increase your lead. Take a sack, kick a field goal.
Just throw the ball away, dude.
It's a 15-point fucking swing.
Just throw the ball
I'm-
out of bounds.
I'm not gonna.
They're up 10 points at halftime if they do that.
I'm not gonna argue that. I'm not. That is
That's my
complete-
problem. It's
that's
a
completely
bonehead
fair.
decision. It's like pure panic, bonehead. And again, after his rookie year, he was so happy with himself. He's on the podcast. He's telling everyone he's a top 5 quarterback. The game's so slow for me already. It's only the sky the limit from here. Direct quote. I looked it up today. He's little broing Caleb Williams after he beats him. Like, you know what? Sometimes the fall comes hard, and it's come. And I don't know what the solution is. Get a better O-line, but that decision making was disgusting, and he cost his team today.
Because Herbert's playing with
100%.
an equally bad O line this year.
He
and
didn't turn over 5 times.
He's not making those decisions.
Like, he wasn't good last week, but again, he didn't lose the game necessarily, right? He just couldn't win it for him last week. He didn't have 6
Oh,
turnovers
No, he
or
didn't.
5. Like, it sounds crazy.
He had a couple of bad
He
ones,
just
though.
shredded them. He only had 5. What do you have? 4 interceptions and a fumble loss. So he had 5. It's like, what are you doing?
What's yeah, obviously the Pats are going to play Denver in Denver. Yeah, whatever.
awesome for them?
We'll talk about that in the preview. What's the solution here? They can't pick up his 5th year option. They can't.
Oh yeah.
No, I think you pick up his
You
5th
pick
year
it up,
option,
for
'cause
sure.
It's not that much money,
No, man.
but he's got 2 years to
It's
prove
like
himself.
His 5th year's like 25 million. I looked it up.
Yeah,
That's
but-
nothing in quarterback.
Yeah, but what quarterback's going for that range?
Well, the point I'm making is that they can't pick up his 5th year option because they can't risk having another year of him being so shit with such good defense.
But who else is out there? Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, that's what you're going to get for 20, 25 million. That sort of player.
The-
Like, there's actually no 20 to 25
In-
million dollar quarterback. You're either a 10 to 15 or you're a 50.
Well, then pony
With
up the
the-
dough and,
like,
pony
you
up
get-
the dough and get someone good and go win a Super Bowl.
Get Mac
Uh,
Jones.
How do you get him?
What did you say, Tommy?
Get Mac Jones. He's a $25 million quarterback.
Great call.
But
Thank you, Tom.
That's probably the only one. But I'll tell you what, the Vikings probably want him. The Raiders probably want him. They want to have someone there with Mendoza in case that doesn't work out.
Also, let's not get like totally excited over Mac Jones, right? We've
He's a
seen a lot.
shitload better than fucking Stroud.
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't know. The bottom line is they pick up his
You don't
5th
think
year
he's better than
option.
Stroud?
They try and fix the offensive line.
No, I think Stroud's better
I
than-
think Stroud's a better quarterback than that.
I disagree. I'm
I
right.
You've
think
got
he
a
was
lot of-
atrocious the last 2 weeks.
You've got a lot of recency bias though.
Yeah, because the last two years has been terrible. So
If-
yeah, I do have recency bias.
Okay. But if you put Stroud on the 49ers team this year, when Mac Jones was the only time Mac Jones has looked good,
Yeah,
I'm
he
sure-
was probably better than Mac Jones.
I'm sure that Stroud will operate in that system at a very high level. He's got a better arm talent and he's got better pocket mobility.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
but
he's
his decision making is terrible.
And-
only
and
because he's
that's-
running for his life.
and that's a recent thing. This terrible decision making. Like, and I think you said it before. It's like he's trying to prove. He's trying too hard.
Yes, he is.
There is nothing wrong when you have an elite defense. It's just taking what they give you,
Be a handoff.
checking
mover,
it down,
Be a
kicking
check
a
down
field
merchant.
goal.
Yeah.
because he created
be fair-
desperation
That's what Tom Brady did for a very long time.
at a very high level. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
So-
early in his career, 100% that's what he did.
Tom Brady I'm not going to shit on him or anything like that, but for 10 or 12 years, Tom Brady was a fucking game manager.
Yeah, his first third of his career, he was take what they give me.
He
play
was a game
smart,
manager. He didn't do
defense will
anything.
win it. Yep.
He didn't do anything extravagant.
He was
Like,
just clutch. That was his biggest. Look, when they needed it, he got it done. That
Yeah.
was his biggest thing.
yeah,
But
he-
again, outside of that, he was just do what I got to do. I'm just. What do I need to do to win the game? I'm doing that.
my point is that there's nothing wrong with that, and I think socially, you're either Patrick Mahomes or you're a fucking game manager, and you're nothing in between. Being somewhere in between is completely fine.
Hey, Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl doing that. There's been
Exactly,
plenty of guys.
he did.
Well, you retards fucking shit on Hurts for being.
Oh,
fat.
don't-
No. Hey,
And
in
that's what
fairness, when Hurts won the Super Bowl last year, we credited him for not throwing the games away. We
Yes.
actually credit him for that.
And that's what I'm saying.
The only heat we got with Hurts was when everyone was telling us he was elite and top 5. That
Well,
was when it all
again,
started.
that's the
And that's not you.
that's the
not you.
national media.
Oh
trying to
no,
get
that
clicks for it.
was you. You
No,
put him in your top 5.
Nah, he did it. That was a troll move from him because he knew we wouldn't put him in. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, it was a troll move.
He admitted on the show.
I'm allowed to be a troll.
Hey,
That's
no
a
one
troll.
trolled harder than Brock having the Ravens as the number 1 receiving duo.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Tom, receiving duos. No, I'm joking. We're not going to go through that. No, but I with Stroud, from my point of view, I think that there's just so much dysfunction going on around him. It's easy to see that, like, hey, I'm under siege out here. I just need to do something, and he's doing the wrong thing in a huge snapshot. Looking at it from the stands, you can see what's going on. I don't want to have these 260 pound linemen not getting touched and drilling me in the back either.
Throw it away then.
He doesn't have time.
Yeah, no. I actually think there's 3 types of playoff quarterbacks. There's the quarterbacks that win it for you, that carry it, get it done, right? There's the ones that don't lose it for you, and then there's the ones that lose it for you. And not many of them that operate in that we lose playoff games for our team survive very long.
That's my
and
point.
Stroud hit that today.
Well,
Yeah.
beautifully said by you, and that's exactly my point. And that's why I think they need to start thinking about moving off.
They definitely need to start thinking about
it. Not
I
whether they
agree.
do or not, but because
He won a game for him last year, though, playoff game for him.
Well, I would argue that Herbert lost that game for him last year.
he did
In the
He
second
threw-
half,
he threw-
throwing 4
he
picks.
did,
the
threw 4
Worst
picks.
game of his career. That's what I mean. We gave Herbert the same shit.
Yeah.
So because this is a championship level defense, there's no doubt about it.
It's unreal.
So
It's
and,
disappointing.
everyone. I think the majority of them are signed and under contract or whatever. So they're thinking they can roll it back again.
All right, we'll get into the last game of the divisional round. The LA Rams getting the 3-point win over the Chicago Bears.
Another overtime game.
This was extremely exciting, this game. Again, I feel like I've said this 15 times tonight. Where do we want to start on this game?
Oh, I shout out to the Bears defense that's gone
Yeah,
missing
where did that come from?
They really stepped up in this game.
They did, didn't they?
I was very, very surprised. I thought the Rams were going to steamroll them for what it's worth.
I wasn't surprised. I didn't think they would be this good without forcing turnovers because they've been a feast or a famine, opportunistic defense. But they were just making life hard. They were suffocating the whole offense. They were coming down hard on the run. They just had a really, really good game plan.
The blitz packages they were putting together to get pressure on Stafford too was really good. Really good game.
And then sometimes they'll show blitz and they'll all come out and then they were in the passing lanes. And then that blew Stafford for a little bit. And then then the pass rush would get there and hit Stafford. And then to Stafford's credit, he was in there. He sort of dissected what was happening around him.
Yeah.
And then he started to just throw open Higbee and Nakua and then they started running the ball better. Then Caleb Williams got excited and he just started running around and
Can we discuss something I think we need to discuss on this? When will coaches feel the game they're in and start taking points when they're available?
you know, I know that there's certain Philly fans out there that I'm a massive Seattle homer, but shut the fuck up. Do you know what one thing that Mike? Do you know? No, I wasn't even talking about George. I was talking about other nuffies out there. But there's one thing that Mike McDonald does extremely well, and he says it a lot. He goes, "The game's got to declare itself to you."
Yeah.
And then once it's done that, then you can start playing what's happening. And to your point, if the game declares that it's going to be a defensive battle and every point's crucial, you don't go for it on 4th down in your own territory. Play for the points because that's what it's not a shootout.
Yeah.
You're going to get another battle. You trust your defense.
Why did you mention Philly just then?
Because there's just particular Philly nuffies.
What's
I'm not actually talking about you.
Yeah, no, but what's that got to do with anything?
No,
what's that got to do with anything?
Because you always bring up McDonald. That's why.
No, yeah, because I'm talking about Seattle when we're talking about a different game. But I'm just saying, to your point, really good coaches are waiting for the game to declare itself.
Yeah.
And then you start playing to what's happening in front of you.
Problem is though, when you're an elite level offensive coach like what these two guys are, they don't want to wait for the game to declare itself. They want to impose their will on the game.
I think that's a coaching flaw, though.
It is.
I'm not saying that it's wrong, right or wrong.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that that's what they want to do because they think that they're geniuses. That they want to go, no. We're going to play the game on our terms because we're smart enough and we're good enough.
Or the percentages will show that if we do this enough times, it will go in our favor. But sometimes it just doesn't happen.
It doesn't. And like the ball, unfortunately, football isn't, a math equation. Football is, large men running into each other. And sometimes like you just got to take what is given, what you can take.
All I'm saying is those 9 points would have been pretty nice in this game.
100%. I'm all for take the points. I'm never like, especially like the other extreme is Dan Campbell. He goes for it all the time. I'm fucking shooting down all the time. Take the points. Take the points.
No, he cost them the playoffs this year because of it.
Did.
Also,
he's won some really big games, icing games.
Yeah.
Fine.
So, like, take the good with the bad. I guess.
I see it both ways, but there's a time and a place to go for it on fourth down. And I think you just keep putting points on the board. And then when that time comes, you have to go for it on fourth down. You just don't go for it on fourth down because that's your identity. Sometimes you just need to feel what's happening around you and go, hey, we're in a defensive, our defense is playing lights out against the best offense in the league. We've got the MVP on the ropes. Let's just put scoreboard pressure on him on top of our defensive pressure.
Because he's known to throw a cheeky turnover. Maybe you would have got that cheeky turnover with a bit of pressure on him. And also, Ben Johnson's play calling in this game was really bad. His insistent running into a brick wall
on first down was shocking. It was infuriating.
In particular, in the goal line, their goal line situations too.
Yep.
Like Caleb was, and we'll talk about the end of the game later because there's the good and the bad of Caleb Williams at the end of that game. But he was cooking most of the times he threw the ball. Now he had a few turnovers. The one was on the fourth down on the first drive where it was, I got to throw it.
Oh, it was an arm punt.
Yeah, I can't.
That was a genuine arm punt.
Like the DB was dumb to pick it off. He should just hit it.
That's what I thought when I was watching. I was like, what is that idiot doing? You would have lost 25 yards.
He wants to run to the end zone and get in front of the camera, bro. He's got to look cool.
Goes on his stats. That's what I want.
In fairness, if that was me, I would have done it too.
I'll tell you what, if you had done that on my defense, I would have fucking chewing you out.
Good thing is that we'll never know because I'll never intercept a ball and never be on your defense.
You always wanted to play D end.
Goat.
Don't sell Scotty short. He could coach GV defense one day.
Well,
bro, they're begging for me.
Well, bro, James, you needed to collect yourself for a second. Think about what you're saying and then move on with the game.
You're not better than that. But I'm glad that you've stepped up to the occasion.
I'm changing my ways momentarily. Super Bowl day will be different. No, but yeah, Caleb Williams, he turns over. The play calling was, I think Ben Johnson had a bad day.
Yeah,
and it was due to come. He's a first time coach.
I would have liked to have seen a few more design QB runs with Williams as well.
I would have liked to see anything more than what they did.
I can understand why you don't want to. This is going and this is, I don't know how to articulate this the best way, but I feel like.
Well, you tried to say sobriety 8 times before. You got
nowhere
near it.
I thought he was trying to say Siobhan.
That was off the podcast, wasn't it? Yeah, thank God. No one's ever going to know about that.
It's all just hearsay.
My biggest regret of not recording pre-show.
Anyway, before I lose this train of thought, I feel like that if you unleash Caleb Williams in that way, it's not like you lose control, but you don't want him to get into like a gunslinger mode where he can go out of time, out of rhythm, especially in this offense. And I think if you design these runs for him early, you enable him to be a little bit more of a cowboy, and you sort of like want him to be, hey, no, this is your read. This is first read, second read, ball out, bang. Keep him in the timing of the momentum of the offense. And then if you need a big play towards the end of the game, you're like, hey, now you go win this game for us.
I get your point. Your point's not wrong, but the other side of that coin is that if there is, and it doesn't have to be often, just sprinkle 1 or 2 or 3 in there every so often. It's all about putting the defense in conflict. And it's just, and then they've got to think, oh shit, that's one more thing we've got to defend. Because the guy's an elite athlete, like he's big, strong man who's he can run fast. Like if that's another thing you got to defend, it's like basically you got like another Josh Allen out there at that point.
Yeah, I understand, but like you can also do that by not running right on first down every single time.
Yeah.
Like what? Like to your point, like I know it worked a few times and they wore him down a little bit in the second half, and those runs were getting a little bit better. But like running right on first down. And then like Collinsworth even made a point. It's like, oh, Monongai is bailing him out on these second down runs because he's getting 6 yards on him. It was like, that's not sustainable to win a game.
Running on first down every time is actually statistically bad football. Like
There was another
it's
team.
terrible football.
There was another team that was doing it this week as well, and I threw my phone.
Might have been the Texans.
I think it might. I think you're actually 100% right. It was.
Now they did it for reasons because Stroud was trying to throw to the
Yeah,
Patriots.
well, so they did it because they worked out that, oh shit, Stroud's passer ratings. Did you see that stat?
Yeah, it was like,
His passer
it
rating
was
would have been-
negative.
His passer rating was 29, and if he just spiked the ball every single play, his passer rating would have been 38 or something.
Stroud was definitely an undercover agent.
Yeah.
I think with this game as well, it comes down to, we talk about turnovers, playoffs, all that sort of thing,
Having said all of that, the Bears were still in a position to win this game.
and the throw at the end of the game with Caleb Williams.
Bro.
People are going to be like, that was luck, that was PI, it was offensive PI. No, what it was Caleb Williams, who, again, he did it last week when he did the splits and was able to get a ball further than what everyone thought. No one thought he could get that ball to the back of the end zone from the position he was in. The DB had Komet in front of him, who is a massive unit of a
He's
man.
a big man.
It was like feed it to Shaq in the low post.
Yeah.
It was literally, if I drop that over the top of that DB at any point, he cannot get to that ball.
I said it to you in the chat. I think that nobody on the field thought he could throw that ball that far.
I also
Like-
don't think the defender saw it until it had just gone over his head.
Yeah, maybe
Because
not.
I don't think he believed he was going to throw that
Yeah,
ball.
maybe not.
That was an unreal play, and it's just kind of how the Bears season's gone, right? They get it right, and they get to overtime, they get a stop again.
That was a
and
quick stop.
yeah,
too.
and then they're running, and then I think Caleb Williams is going to be thinking about this throw for a very long time because
he's going to be thinking about it for
yeah, and
the next 6 months.
it's on the screen now. He could have thrown it to anywhere else than where he threw it, and probably got a touch, maybe got a touchdown. Definitely got into an easy chip
And
shot
what was
field goal.
funny was, I said it pre-show too, that in our chat I was saying, because you were like, no, come on, give it.
I
give
was
it
sick
to,
of watching him run into a wall.
give it to Caleb. Let him ball out. Let him win this game. I'm like, no, they don't need to. That's bad play calling. Just chip away. A field goal wins this game. They don't need to do anything stupid. And then like 3 snaps later, boom, he throws it. I'm like, what are you doing, dude?
I hope that's a learning moment for Caleb, because that is genuinely going to sting.
Do you think that he? This is what I think happened. I think he got to the point where he's like, I don't want to say bored, because bored's not the right word, but he was getting a little bit like antsy. Like
He wanted to win the
he
game.
was getting
I
a little bit
think
anxious. He
The,
thought,
the old cardiac bears, and he's just like, oh, we win this now. Bang. I can
so
I
you're-
can
you're
just
saying-
do whatever I want, because I shouldn't say do whatever I want. I can just go out there and win this game right now, because we've done it all season. Everything points to like destiny at this point, and we're like, hey, we come back in the fourth quarter every time. I make tin ass throws is probably a little bit of extreme, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I make these throws go for yards and get field goals or touchdowns or whatever all year. This one's going for a tutty. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and he just missed it.
So you're saying it was like a little bit of arrogance,
Naive to the moment, maybe.
potentially. Yeah. Yeah.
I think that
I think he just got a little bit anxious and a little bit like, oh shit, like I gotta win this game now. I gotta win this game.
Also,
now.
I think in his mind, he's like, we can't give this back to the Rams one more time,
Yeah.
because when he did inevitably,
But they were rolling. I don't know.
Stafford did what Stafford did and was just like,
Well, that's
bing,
right.
bing, 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 bing.
and I think this is the difference between the wily old veteran who's semi-retired gunslinger and the young up and coming,
Yeah.
Gunslinger.
somewhat gunslinger.
And
yeah.
also, again, we gave Denver credit. Essentially, the Rams caused 6 turnovers in this game because they had 3 turnovers on down. Well, it's actually 5, because 1 turnover on down was an interception as well. But they had 2 turnovers on downs and 3 interceptions. That's 5 turnovers. It's tough to win. And the Bears really were in the game because of a great play at the end, but a pretty miraculous play as well. And
Very mercurial is
yeah,
how
and
would
I think
describe it.
I hope this is going to be a real learning curve for the whole organization, Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams mainly, that Ben Johnson goes, well, I probably didn't get everything right there. Caleb's, I guarantee you he's not sleeping tonight. Just thinking about that, because if he waits half a second, he's under no pressure, and he waits half a second for Burden to clear. We are talking about them winning this game 24-17.
He'll be up
That
all
is the-
night
Yeah.
buffing his nails. He won't be able to sleep. Never able to sleep.
I'll
tonight.
tell you, he wouldn't be sleeping rolling into Seattle anyway. But
And credit to the Rams. Like they said, I think the 2 best teams in the NFC are alive. I think the Rams are a very good team. They haven't been phenomenal the last month, but
oh,
they've
they'll bring
found
their
a way.
best. They know Seattle. They match up very, very well against Seattle.
Yeah, I
Very,
think
very
it,
well.
it gives us a very good NFC Championship game. And for the Bears, if you're a Bears fan, future's looking good, man. It's looking really good.
Absolutely. He's looking
Ben
very
Johnson's
good.
a guy. Kayla Williams is a guy. All this talk about Kayla Williams bust, and we did it earlier in the year about is he coachable? He's not. He's fine.
Yeah.
He is very fine. This
He-
is going to be a very good
Can
marriage.
I just say, can I get my flowers for being on Caleb Williams all year saying, no, give him time. You got to
You're a Drake May lover. Don't stop.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, it went from the start of the year. Is he Ben Johnson's guy? Is Ben Johnson going to move on from Caleb, where the offense was looking patchy? He didn't know what to go, didn't know the reads, didn't know where people needed to be, procedural stuff everywhere.
Yep.
To by the end of the season, in one season, he's gone from that to in complete control of the offense.
Yep.
That in and of itself, forget about everything else. That in and of itself is a massive win.
And the offense is only going to get better with their young
That's
guy.
what I'm saying. Because
Like-
now it sets them up for sustained success for the next 3 to 5 years.
And like we shit on the fourth down, go for it on the very first drive. He threw a touchdown to Adonze. He
Mhm.
dropped it. He flat
Yeah.
dropped that touchdown.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like that tough a catch. It was on his numbers, catch falling back in the end zone. It was a touchdown. And he just dropped. And that happens. Young guys, that happens too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Burden had 3 drops, I believe. Like there's some hope there. And again, I think it's just the Rams were the better team, and it took a miraculous fourth
I don't
down.
know about I don't know about better. Maybe just a little bit more polished.
No,
Yeah,
do you
more
know
polished
what
is
it comes
probably
down
fair.
to? They've been here and done it before.
Yeah,
and that's definitely part
They
of it.
know in the playoffs that when you've been there and you've done it and you've experienced it, you just put the other team in a pressure cooker and you keep tightening the screws a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And all you have to do is just force them to make the issue.
And
Force them to,
and it came
to
down
make a
to
mistake.
yeah,
yeah, it came down to who was going to make the mistake, Stafford or
Caleb Williams.
Kayla Williams. And Kayla Williams made the mistake, and then Stafford went, "You be young, I'm just going to go sort
Yeah.
this out right." And that last drive from him was unreal.
Surgical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He literally he'd worked him out. I was like, I know what you're going to do here. You're going to blitz that guy and dump it off to him.
Mm.
Where's Puka doing this? Just he knew exactly what he was doing.
Part of it
Got him in range.
Yeah,
Off you go.
I've come around now. I'm agreeing with what you said before. That part of that throw from Caleb was like, we can't give the ball back to the Rams here. 'cause if we
He
do, we're going
knew
to
we got to win it now.
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
was right.
he was
just,
right.
He just missed it, man.
Yeah,
It,
he
it
missed
happened.
it. It happened.
Again, we can shit on him for that one play, but we can also highlight that the only reason they're alive in this game and this season is because of him. And there's so many big plays he's made in big moments.
Well, it sure as hell wasn't the running game today.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. So
Yeah.
No,
No, but shout out to the Rams. Like they're an experienced team. Like I said, been here, done it, and they're a pretty complete team. And
I think it's the best NFC Championship game situation because I think I actually think Seattle would have really touched up the Bears.
Speaking selfishly, because obviously my team's out. Speaking selfishly, just watching as a fan, I'm glad the Rams won because they will make a game of it next week. Whereas I don't think the Bears could have made a game.
I think Seattle would have touched them up.
Yeah.
I would without coming across as arrogant, I wouldn't have been worried about the Bears at all. I would have been worried about the Bears less than the Niners, and I was not worried about the Niners.
No, I think you would have really sorted them out. So.
And like Caleb Williams is shout out, fantastic year, very bright things. Your time will come.
His nails.
You-
Including his nails.
Yeah,
Very bright.
Yeah.
their time will come. Their defense is that they can iron out the kinks because they're like over the last few years they've been a really good defense.
Yeah.
This year they weren't quite as good, but living off turnovers. Looks very good today. So there's a lot to work there. The offense looks like it can literally be the greatest show on turf. Like,
It's got the pieces there.
yeah.
If they had last year's defense and this year's offense, that'd be really good.
Yeah.
Obviously, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
No, it really doesn't. It's not Madden, unfortunately.
No,
You
no,
can't
it
just load a team in and go.
It's pretty sleazy, couldn't it?
All right, that is it for us this week. Live show this weekend. Obviously, we'll preview the last 2 games
probably
left.
Sunday because it's Monday morning.
Sunday
games.
night, yeah,
Sunday
we'll do.
night, yeah.
So we'll have Pats and the Broncos.
It's a
Pats
long
at the
weekend.
Broncos.
We'll have to talk about it.
Oh yeah. Pats at the Broncos and Bears. Not Bears. They lost. Rams.
We can
at-
look at it.
So we've got the board up now. So hey, the NFC exciting and the AFC is a game of football. So look forward to both of them. And
No, hang on a minute. Like, obviously, we'll get into it properly, but Denver will make a game of this. Sean Payton will have them ready to play.
I already said before that it's the most Patriots thing to do, that to get all the shit go their way, including the backup quarterback, and then lose. That's I said, honestly, call me an asshole if you're an AFC fan, but the Rams or Seattle will win the Super Bowl. I just truly
Well,
believe that.
you can't objectively watch all the games that have happened in the NFC and then the AFC and say they're comparable.
And that's fine too. But at the end of the day, it's Super Bowl, man.
You
All
still
bets
gotta
are
play?
off. All bets are off.
Oh,
I
of
don't
course.
know.
I'm not denying that. I'm just saying, but like,
I would argue all bets will be on. Like there'll be bets everywhere, including our group of friends. All right, that is it for us. Tommy, shout out to you on the ones and twos tonight.
Legend.
Absolute
Absolutely.
God's work always. We'll see you for the live show this week. I'll post what night it is. We'll work that out. But yeah, you guys will know. And enjoy it if your team's alive. Commiserations if it's not. Lockie, love you. Rest up, big man.
yeah, he was going through it. I was messaging him.
The good thing is for Lockie is that he didn't have a heart attack this time.
Yeah,
so,
pretty fair.
and I'm not even saying that hyperbolically. That's
No.
factual. So, big man, glad you're good. Plenty of time left. You've still got Josh Allen. Don't stress. And again, guys, enjoy it because there are plenty of teams that will never have this feeling. There are plenty of fans that will never have this feeling. So enjoy it. Shout out to our friends at the Sporting
Us
Globe.
Jets fans.
Yeah, us the Jets fans. Shout out to the friends at Sporting Globe, Trenslow Park. Buy your Super Bowl tickets, and we'll see you on the live show on the weekend. Peace.